Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me and, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing a series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I'm very here or there on this one. Like, pretty much 50-50 down the middle. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yam around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I wear a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my brand spanking new, boom, the Mendenhall Experiment shirt. Which, if you're unfamiliar, that's okay. I was too, up until a few days ago. Mendenhall Experiment, they're a band. I think they're out of California. I could be wrong. I think they at least started in California. Started up by a guy named Brandon, who very, inspirational, awesome thing. I think they even did, a little documentary on him. He was born with cerebral palsy, and he wanted to be a musician, but was basically told by everybody, fuck off. You're not going to be able to be a musician. Obviously you have certain limitations because of your issues. And he wasn't going to let that happen. So he went over there, fucking trained himself to play guitar, fucking kicks ass at it, went out to California, started up a band. Boom, the Mendenhall Experiment. I ran into these guys. They were on tour with another band that I like called Scream at the Sky. I really enjoyed their set. I went over there, I got some videos of their performance, which are on this channel, just in case maybe you want to check it out. And if nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the direction of their music and what they do, because I think they're very cool. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I very 50-50 on it? Well, that's because it's Dr. Pepper, which I love, but it's also, boom, creamy coconut flavor. I love Dr. Pepper. It's one of my favorite sodas. And I love pretty much all of their, well, that's not true. I love most of their variants. There's strawberries and cream, which I did review, by the way. I was a little bit here or there. So, but let's get a thing for the thing. Can we get a thing for the thing so it looks sexy and amazing? Ha 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 ha! And yeah, this is a brand new thing. I'd heard about it, that it was going to be coming out. I completely forgot about it. And then today I was just walking around over at a local supermarket. They had it. Let's give it a go. It could be delicious. I don't hate coconut all the time. It smells like a very creamy Dr. Pepper, so. No, sir. Don't like that at all. Usually I have to really kind of work with it a little bit to figure out if I like it or not, okay, is this something I'm going to grow with, or what can I, no, I don't like that at all. I was hoping that the coconut would be more interwoven with the Dr. Pepper flavor, and that maybe I could kind of get behind it, maybe almost like the Dr. Pepper cream soda, which I've reviewed also, by the way, go look up that review. No, it's just coconut, and it's a heavy coconut flavor, right from the get-go. And it manages to, to their credit, it manages to taste very coconutty, and not just one-dimensional. It has aspects of more of a creamy coconut. It has aspects of almost more of a dried kind of coconut. It kind of hits on the different flavors of coconut, which unfortunately for me is not a great thing, because I like maybe one flavor of coconut, and yeah. That sip was better. There's this thing that happens, and it's gotta be, there's a chemistry to it, I'm sure. But a lot of times when you try out a drink that's, enclosed or something like that, the first hit that you get of it is the most punchy of the flavors. So going back into it, it's more what I was expecting. It's less that heavy hit of coconut and more blended throughout the Dr. Pepper. So, okay, all right. I still don't love it, but I don't dislike it as much as I did. Once I got past that initial heavy hit flavor, because that was balls out crazy with the coconut flavor. Once I got past that, well, now I'm kind of more on to like the more mild coconut flavor, where again it's working more with Dr. Pepper. I can kind of get behind it a little bit. Again, it kind of reminds me of the Dr. Pepper cream soda, just obviously with more of a coconut flair to it. Yeah, so I can get along with it more than I originally thought, but that doesn't mean that I particularly like it. Like, it's fine, it's manageable, but yeah, it's not a bad drink, I'll say that. Like, it's Dr. Pepper, they know what the fuck they're doing. I think it's blended well with the coconut. Again, like, if you really love coconut, you're going to love that first fucking hit. You're probably going to be disappointed by the rest of it because it does tail back significantly. But for me, that makes it drinkable, and it makes it a Dr. Pepper product instead of just a fucking coconut soda, which I've had coconut sodas before and just don't like them. I could almost learn to like this. Because, again, it reminds me of the Dr. Pepper cream soda, and I do like that. The coconut aspect of it, when it's blended properly, when it's doing its thing throughout the drink, is live-withable. It's never going to be my favorite Dr. Pepper, but... And, it's not, like, extra sweet, or there's no, like, funky chemical flavors to it or anything. It's not a bad drink. Two questions have to be asked, though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on occasion, and sure-ish. So for me, like I said, this isn't one that I'm going to be huge on. No two ways about it. Like, the coconut aspect, even though it is more mild than I originally thought, it's still coconut, which just isn't my thing. But I'll be honest, I might actually prefer this over the strawberries and cream flavored one, because with that, I don't know, man. I felt like it just was so heavy-handed with the strawberry flavor. With this, the coconut flavor, after you get past that initial punch, is more mild, and so it works with the Dr. Pepper instead of kind of against it. I could see grabbing it every now and again, like out of morbid curiosity. It's never going to be my favorite Dr. Pepper flavor, but it's at least better off than I was originally. After that first hit, I was like, oh, this is the worst thing ever, and I never want to try it again. If I'm recommending it to other people, though, I think, first and foremost, probably is going to help if you like coconut. I mean, that just is what it is, Even though, again, the coconut flavor does kind of mitigate itself after the initial hit, it's still got a coconut flavor to it. It's not heavy, it's not anything crazy, but it's still there. If nothing else, it's at least worth trying, because I do think it's kind of interesting. You don't really see coconut added as a flavor in most, like, American sodas and stuff. In fact, this is the first one I can think of, like, in terms of, like, major brands. It's interesting and kind of fun. It just helps if you like coconut. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks over there. This was a truly pineapple-tastic rest of your life, because pineapple is better than coconut. You want to know why I know that? Because, you go over there, what's pina colada? You add pineapple to coconut to make coconut fucking tolerable. Yeah. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you love coconut. Maybe you're like Coconut Steve. And, you've just been eating coconuts and doing the coconut stuff ever since you were a small child. First of all, you probably want to be careful with that because it is like, it's the whole Tom Hanks thing from Castaway. It's natural laxative, so just be careful. But maybe you take issue with my personal take on coconut, and that's fair. I've never liked coconut. Coconut was always one of those things that like you'd see it in cartoons when you were little, and it would be that like look delicious, and it's coconut milk and this, that, and the other thing. And then when I finally got to a point where I could try it, I was like, this is terrible. Why did cartoons lie to me again? Because it's not like the first time. Anybody who grew up watching the old Warner Brothers cartoons, man, made fucking carrots look delicious when Bugs was going at those things. And then you get older and you're like, carrots aren't nearly that good. I mean, carrots are fine. You use them in the right circumstances. They're good. But hell, even coconut works in certain. I don't know. Anyway, bye.